Hi everyone, welcome to Fun Fold Friday. Today I'm going to show you how to make a squash fold card. I've seen it called. I don't know if it has any other names or not. The video I watched was from 2017, and if I can find it again I'll link it down below. It was someone I'm not that familiar with who has a pretty huge following. So I want to go through a couple tips just for cutting the cardstock first. The requirement is an 8.5 inch by an 8.5 inch square piece of paper or cardstock. You can use a double-sided paper, but I prefer to use cardstock and then put paper on it. So I thought I was cutting this piece of 8.5 by 11 paper in Pretty Peacock to 8.5 by 8.5. But the funny thing is, my trimmer at 8.5, and I checked it on another piece, and sure enough, it actually is about 1/8 of an inch smaller than 8.5 actually. So, and I've proven it with my ruler, which seems to be right. And that was my good precision. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So anyway, I went and marked this is old olive paper, underneath. Let me move this over a tad. So you can see here's about where the 8.5 is. I have another mark down here. Yeah, so anyway, I've marked the paper now, and that's really important because what you have to do, and I'll show you on the good one, is you have to fold your paper in half, then you have to fold it in half again this way, and then you have to take and fold it to the corners. And when I did that and pulled it back apart and tried to do the squash fold, it wouldn't lay down, like it wasn't matching up right, and it was because the paper cutter wasn't what do you call that when you do equipment, anyway, calibrated to the right 8.5. So this is the trimmer I used. And I opened it up, and my 8.5 mark is down here. So let's see what happens when I put this in to their 8.5. It is not at 8.5 on my little dots. So I'm actually going to go 8.5 and 2 marks, or a mark. Yeah, about 8.5, and so what would that be? 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 8 5/8 to get it to be, no, 8 and whatever, 5, 8, the 16ths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 16ths. It's about a 1/16 of an inch off, and boy does that make a difference. So now, and let me just check it this way. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one always messes me up. 6, 7, 8, and yeah, that looks like a half. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down and hope that it works. But then, instead of the first time I did it, I actually scored it in half at 4 1/4 and 4 1/4 before I realized the paper didn't line up right. So let's see if that actually cut it now. Oops. At the right place. Now see, now it looks just a tiny bit over still. I'm going to trim it just a sliver because it's not at those marks. In fact, see, I can't use my guillotine because it doesn't go out to that far. But it doesn't really matter. I just want to cut it so those pencil dots, that's on the pencil dots. Let's see if it's right now. And it becomes really important. But the main thing's going to be, I always do that, put it on the wrong end. Yeah, that's more right on. Okay, so then what you do, you take your 8.5 inch square piece of cardstock or paper. You're going to fold it in half, and I'll show you what this looks like in the end with the one I did finish. I'm going to get my bone folder. It's just easier this way, so in case your paper is a little off, And maybe it would have worked on my first one if I had done this, but I think I still would have had trouble with the folds because the 8.5 didn't match. Okay, so we did it one way. Now we're going to come and do it the opposite direction. Okay, and then you open it back up, so you basically got squares. Now you're going to take it and angle it. Oops. Oh goodness, sorry, I had an itch. You want to meet your points. Make sure they're lined up good before you start squishing it down. And then bring it in. Let's get our bone folder and go like that. And your point should match up. That's kind of the key. If your points don't match up, you're going to have a problem. So now you've got these angles, and then you just kind of pop them in the opposite direction. Oops. Make sure you get that center one there. Okay. And maybe take your bone folder again. Push this one in. Take your bone folder again. And then go like that. And there we have our base. It's a little bit off, but not a whole lot. So there's our card base out of Old Olive. Now I did do one in Pretty Peacock. And I put a ribbon underneath this paper. I used the Pretty Peacock cardstock with the new, oops, that's not it. That's the one I'm going to use next. Gather Together and stamp set and what's this called? Gathered Leaves dies, which has these beautiful leaves that emboss really well. Pumpkins and the leaf from the stamp set. Pumpkins and leaf from the stamp set that punch out. And on Saturday you'll see a haul video showing that I got that. Okay, so this ribbon is Pretty Peacock and Old Olive. It's in the annual catalog. And I just thought it went well with this paper. And the paper is the Designer Series paper that goes with the Gather Together bundle. So I think it's called Gather Together also. So I die cut 3 of the embossed leaves in Pretty Peacock, and that embossing turns out wonderful. Let me tell you, they are really great. And here's one I did in Merry Merlot. See how well the embossing shows up? Season of Thanks is from the same stamp set. And these are ones that don't have a stamp to go with them. The pumpkins I stamped out in Early Espresso because that's one of the colors it says it goes with this paper. And I just bumped them up on dimensionals. And this is a 1.5 inch circle and a 2 inch circle. Pretty Peacock Whisper White, Pretty Peacock Ink. And this is a Cherry Cobbler rhinestone because I don't have any in Merry Merlot. Out of the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And then this is just a piece of the regular baker's twine, crumb cake or something. And then when you open it up, well, first the back is plain. I just used the back of one of the other papers. And then when you open it up, here's what I did. And this was from one of the add-on kits from the August Paper Pumpkin Kit. Here I did a banner, and that's in Cajun Craze. And this is in the stamp set, this wheat or whatever. And here's the pumpkins stamped again in Pretty Peacock on Whisper White. And then these are more of those leaves. And what I just did is glued them down only halfway. So that way they fold over. In both cases, they fold over. And that'll allow it to close properly. So when you go like this, they fold kind of on top of each other. And then the ribbon will just tie together in a little bow. However you can do your bows. I had it much longer and I decided to, oops, I didn't do that very well at all. Shorten it. So that's the squash card. And on this base, I'm going to be using, I'm not going to do it on video, but I may, I'll probably link to my blog post and have pictures of it on my blog, along with all the dimensions I'm telling you. Oh, and by the way, these are all, you need 6 4-inch squares. So on the next one, I used 6x6 paper. This one I used 12x12 paper and cut it into squares. And I forgot to tell you, on these two, you actually have to cut your square of your designer series paper on the diagonal and glue it in halves. Okay, you don't want to glue it over the fold, the diagonal fold, or it won't close right. So yeah, these are all just 4x4-inch squares. You need 6 of them. So this is 4 in here, 1 on the cover, and 1 on the back. So that's 6. So on this one, I'm going to be using the product medley from Most Wonderful Time and the dies. And these are the papers I've pre-cut. So I'm going to use this on the cover and this on the back. I haven't decided which way I want to do it yet. Maybe just the red stripe on the back. And then inside, when I cut the paper, I cut 4 only, and I had these panels left. So I'm going to kind of do these up here and these over here. And I could actually do something like that. I don't think I want to, but maybe. We'll see. And then I did the green stars down here, which again, I could do that. I don't like that one like that. Okay, so maybe like that. I don't know, because then I have that there. And then this one would be the candy canes again with this. And that way I'm not wasting paper, because these came off the 6x6-inch paper when I cut it down to 4. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to go back to not showing the stripe on the diagonals, and I'll just add something with color there. And then in the product medley, you get all these wonderful stickers. So I thought I'd use some, you know, a banner and maybe some of these berries or candy canes. I don't think I'm going to use the deer on this card, and I don't know if I'm going to use a tree. I may use a tree rather than stamp it this time. I'm not for sure yet. So that's how you do it. And then you just, you know, if you want to put ribbon on, you have to put it on the front and the back before you put your designer paper down, and just put it in about 1 inch or so and get it adhered down, and then put your paper on top, which is what I did on this one. So this just goes in about 1 inch, and I snailed it down, and then I of course put glue, and I use art glitter glue on this because I didn't want it to get too liquidy with my other glue. Yeah, and you have to keep the inside pretty flat. You can't have like a lot of dimension on the inside. So I thought it came out pretty well doing that. You can put dimension on the front, and yeah, that's it. Pretty easy card to make. It's called a squash fold card, and again, you start with an 8.5 by 8.5 inch square piece of paper, fold it in half once this way, then this way, and then on the diagonal this way. Okay, and then you just bend your diagonals so that they fold in like that, and there you go. Pretty easy. Okay, so that's how you do it. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll probably, maybe I won't have pictures at the end of this video for this one because I want to get this video up, but it will be on my blog along with the dimensions, and I hope to see you again soon. Hugs, love, and peace.